They say where you come from makes you who you are. For Dariana Hollingsworth and Andrea Fuentes, that couldn't be more true.
Volleyball in Puerto Rico, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's just all around the place. Like, people are loud, people are competitive.
Volleyball, in a way, is the center of Puerto Rico. Like, that is the sport.
Hailing from San Juan, the capital of Puerto Rico, the two started playing club volleyball at a young age separately.
My first memory of meeting Andrea, I actually remember her team when we were like 12 was the best team. Like, all around, they had amazing players. She was a setter. And I remember just watching her play, I'm like, wow, like, she is really good.
Individually rising the ranks to the national level, the two joined forces.
We were trying out for the Puerto Rican national team for the under-18s. We were probably like 15. And she was just a great player. She stood out because of the great player she is. We didn't become as close as our second competition. We came back to try out for, again, the under-18s national team for the second time, and that's when we came close. We went to Cuba together, and we just took it from there.
It's a friendship that's taken them all over the world, ultimately leading them to Mizzou, thanks to a lot of planning and a little bit of fate.
I was kind of in the process of the recruitment with Mizzou and all, and she was in the process with the recruitment in Mizzou. She had already scheduled her visit date, I hadn't. So Susan and Wayne just like texted me like, hey, we have an idea, come up here and then we'll just plan a surprise meeting.
Very heart-clenching, very heart-clenching. I just saw her and I was like, this is not possible, this is not happening. You would have told me if this was happening. And I just felt like I saw a familiar face and I felt like home.
While still settling into their new home in Missouri, though, Hurricane Maria wreaked havoc on the small Caribbean island. The two watched the devastation from afar and leaned on each other.
It's definitely been such a relief. Those practices where you come back, you have such a weight on your chest, but you can't talk to it. You can't talk to it to anyone else. And like, to have that person you can vent to in your own language and tell them what you're going through and that they understand because they're from the same place. It's been so good, honestly.
And it's great, and we've known each other for like a long time, so it's like we know each other. Like, I know who you were in Puerto Rico, she knows who I was in Puerto Rico. Like, a lot of people here don't know the person I was back home. We kind of changed through the whole thing.
Their world has changed a lot during the last 6 months, but their hearts and souls will always be in Puerto Rico.
Definitely feels surreal. Like, I feel determined and I feel a need to make these people proud. And honestly, I feel like I have a responsibility to represent those who can't do it. I've always wanted to make them proud. Like, I feel entitled to that. I need to do that.